Hi guys, so today I have two items to share with you that Dime Press has brought to HSN ahead of the March 5th craft show coming up on Tuesday here. They go together, so it is part of their like screen print kind of collection, like what they do there with Dime Press with their screen prints. So one is a new screen print kit, and the other one are some new like colors. So let's open these guys up. This one is the bright colors, and then this is the retro floral set with inks. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links down in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So what's really fun about their screen printing kits is that they developed it so that you can use a brush to brush the ink on. And the inks are very opaque, or the paint, whatever. I guess it's called ink. It's called screen print ink. It's thinner than like a paint. So I've shown you guys these things in the past when they first launched them and things. So I talked probably more about that then. Right now we're just going to get right to it. But it does come with the brushes and all these things. But I'll just show you in a minute. So basically you're using it like this. It's a very fine mesh. So again, like that screen print kind of feel. And then you just add the color wherever it is that you want to add it with the brush. So instead of doing like a whole thing, you're just kind of using like a little spatula or squeegee type thing to put it over the whole thing. You're selecting where you want, or the whole thing, right? Either way. And then you just want to wash them off. Now, I will have some water ready with some soap in it because you really want that to come off pretty quickly as soon as you're done using it. It might start setting up. And then it gets in that little mesh, and you really want that washed out. So I'll have that ready to go. And then they're just showing you just to hang it, to dry it, or however, right? And it's reusable. And they do have like a little sticky back, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let me just get this guys open. So this one comes with two brushes, and I still have some brushes from previous kits, and they work just great. Again, you want to wash these out pretty quickly when you're done using them. And then this one comes with some sentiment, so I don't see any inspo in here. So, or maybe it's in here. Well, let's see what's in here actually. So these are the films or the screen print pieces here. Okay, yeah. So these are all the screen prints. So let me show you these first. Look how cute these designs are, and definitely going with the Groovy Alpha. Maybe I'll bring those out for this one. They really coordinate with the new card set also, so you pick that up. You might want something like this, and you can actually put these on some of the larger pieces. If you guys remember the Good Days, I think it's called, card set, they had larger like ephemera, you know. You can probably get some of these on there. So this is really cute. Very classic, very retro. This guy. Cool designs, really nice size. This one's just more like a little motif. Maybe you can put one on one side, one on the other, that'd be cute. This guy, more of a centerpiece also, like a focal point. And this beautiful design. And lastly, this one's like a little frame. Very cute. And just to give you an idea of the sizing, of course we'll use a couple of them today, but this design is like 5 by almost 3.5. This design is like 4.5, a little bit bigger than that, by just over 3. This one's probably similar. This one's more of a square design. It's like 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So yeah, just to give you some idea on the sizing on those. Again, it has sentiments with this set. A little message to say, hello friend, hope you're doing well, wishing you the best day. You are a wonderful friend. Thank you for everything. I'm reading them all to you because, like I said, it had an inspo sheet. Hope your day is happy. So very cute, everyday kinds of sentiments. And then it comes with these colors that are very super retro. An evergreen, like a nice dark green. I say dark, but it's still kind of bright. White and dandelion. So very cute for the retro feel. And then the new Brights colors. Oh, I already opened it. Okay. We have, ooh, look at this bright green. So this is called Grass. And then there's instruction in there again, just basically like the instruction here that shows you how you use your screen print inks. Sunshine. These are a little thinner inks than like acrylic paint or like a texture paint paste and things, but you can still use them in other ways. I mean, if you want to just use them for painting, you know, whatever it is. But they're just developed for this guy. Bubblegum, really cute pink. Oh, look at this one, Iris. That's really, really pretty purple. And then, oh, look at this one, Pacific. It's kind of a bluish, but it has like a little bit of a purple undertone, I would say. And then, ooh, Strawberry. And this is really cute. It's more like a corally red. So what I'm going to do is grab some paper. I think what we'll do is we'll try it on black paper too, since I haven't really done that, I don't think. So this is some of the Die Press new watercolor paper, but it's black cardstock. I'm just going to use it just to try it out. Let me grab some white paper, get my dish or like a little thing with water going, and we'll just get right to it. I'll be right back. Okay, so some of the new colors here, the ones that come with the kit. We'll do something with that, and then we'll try out the new colors. I have just a couple of squirts of dish soap in here with some water. I like to use warm water, but that's just water for right now. Just, you know, whatever came out of the tap. I have some blank card bases in black, so if I'm doing A2 size, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, so I have 2 of those ready to go for our cards. We have our inks. I'll start with the white one for this one, and then I think we'll try the black card base for some of these other colors. What else was I going to say? Oh, I already trimmed these down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because they're kind of matte layers I prefer. And I have a paper towel here ready to go. And I'll just choose one. Let's see, let's go with that guy. And basically when you peel these off, sorry if I didn't mention it, they are sticky on the back and they will remain sticky for as many times as you would like to use it. So right now I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want to put this. And you don't have to trim down your papers now. I trimmed it down at first because I want to be able to just pop this onto my card base when I'm done without having to wait too long. It dries pretty quickly, but for the video and, you know, getting the video edited and all that, I just got to get moving. So I'm just going to hold that down pretty well. And let's see. Okay, for the white, what do I want to do? I guess I'm going to make a yellow flower because otherwise you're not going to see it very much, right? If I do white. So, again, you can use colored papers. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Okay, I might do the center something else just so you see it. Well, I mean, it's going to have texture, I guess. So maybe we still do this. Okay. So when I open these guys up, I mean, there's some paint already up here, so I'm just going to grab that. This guy's ready to go. It's nice and soft. And I can just take a little bit of this. And again, it's thinner than like acrylic paint. And what you're wanting to do is get in here. Let me get a little bit closer. You really want to push through the screen, right? So you can see pretty well what you're doing. I'm just going to push it in here and just push, push, push. Really get it in there, right? And I'm just being careful because, again, I'm going to put yellow over here. There we go. And then this guy too in the center over here. Just really kind of wiggling in there. Trying to make sure it goes through. And I know it's going to be hard to see that because it's white, but there we go. And then I'll wipe a little bit of that off. And I'm probably going to use this same brush. Actually, I'm not. I'm done with that. So I'm going to rinse it a little bit. Since I'm going to keep working with these brushes, I don't want it to get too much water on it, but at the same time, I do want to rinse off whatever I'm using there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this guy, and let's go with the yellow next. So again, just picking up a good amount because this time I'm going to make sure it pushes through. Oh, there's got a little there, and that's okay. I'm really just pushing it in because you want that to push through the screen. I don't know if I've done one with multicolors before. I feel like I always just use the one color, but let's see. Okay. Just still working on pushing that through. And if you need to take a peek, you probably can. It's not the biggest deal. I'm just trying to make sure to get some color everywhere that I want that to be. So a little bit juicy to really make sure the color's coming through. And this time, since I'm going to go right into the green, I'm just going to wipe this away. But if I had time in between, you know, I would rinse it off. But like I said, I do have other ones in my stash, so I just want to show you, if you only have the one set, how I would continue doing this. And I went yellow then green because obviously the green is much darker than the yellow, and it'd be easier to wipe away the yellow. Right in there, really pushing that in, up in here. Oopsie. Did not mean to pick that up. Okay, are you guys still seeing? Okay. I can see I'm at the bottom thirds of the screen, so I just want to make sure you can still see. Okay. Down in here. Down, push, push, push. And I mean, that's it. So I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to go ahead and soak that a little bit. And like I said, you can always take a little peek and see what you're doing. Not too bad. I got a little green over here, but that's all right. Now this goes right in the water. Okay, if you're going to do another one, just go ahead and do it right away. The opposite side shouldn't have any color on it because of the way this works. I'm just kind of getting this really in there. I'm going to go ahead and go rinse my brush under the faucet to really rinse it out, and then we'll take a look at this, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Again, I tried my best to keep the colors separate. Maybe do the yellow first, maybe you come back in with some white on top of that, right? I just kind of left them alone. Got a little bit on there, but really pretty. And hopefully, I don't know if you can see like the screen print kind of look. It has like little tiny, it looks like fiber. And it's hard to tell right now. So I'm gonna let that dry, put that to the side, and let's try out another one. So let's do the frame. Take that guy. Oopsie. And again, it's already cut down 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, but you know, I could have waited till later. But for me, what I want to do is make sure this is pretty well centered. Yeah, like right there. Okay. I'm going to push that down. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put a little tape this time. I think they are recommending you go ahead and put a little tape, and I just went willy-nilly last time, so let's grab a little bit of tape. Stick that down. Hold this down. And this time I think I'm just going to do several colors just to try them out and see what's up. So we have that. And oh my gosh, let me move this up a little bit so we're... Oh, let me close these guys up. And okay, that's good. Alright, so let's just go for it. I'm trying to think of what colors I want to use. Pink and the purple and maybe the green. So pink, purple, let's go blue then green. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for it, just grabbing however much, maybe a little more. Starting here, just pushing that color through. And this time I'm just gonna kind of be playful with it, so I'm not trying to be exact or careful or anything. So there goes pink. Oh, where's my napkin? Okay, I'm gonna wipe off the excess. Then I'm gonna dip right into purple. And finish off where the pink was kind of dry. So I know I didn't get completely in there. Purple. Wipe that off. Go into the blue. I'm working pretty quickly. That's key, I think. There's some blue, and I don't really need to put it in the center, so I'm just going to take some and put it over here. And I had a little extra, so it's pretty clean, so I'm just going to wipe that back into here. And then the green. Ah! This one's really closed up. There we go. And take some of that green. That worked pretty well. Again, wiping that excess. Get it, I'm done. So I'm just going to let that soak in some water. And let's open this guy up. Oh, so cute. Okay. Let me put this to soak. I'm going to wash off my brush and I will be back. Hey guys, so my hands are a little bit wet, but look at that. So drying already on the pink. The green's still a little bit wet because that was the last color we applied, but there you go. We'll work with that in just a minute. I just want to show you, I'm going to close these up, but as long as you put them in a little thing of like water while you're working with them, I mean, they come out looking exactly like new. They have a little bit of tackiness on the back, and you really want to just make sure the screen area, the areas that are like translucent where the screen is, that gets really cleaned out. So again, I just rinsed them underwater and just kind of did a little of this, and that's how they come out. So I'm going to let them dry, but I will be right back. Okay guys, so in preparation for that one card, the one with the frame, I think I'm going to use the Groovy Alphabet. And I showed you guys this really quickly in the card review, the card kit review, because it really goes along with that card kit, like the style of what's going on here. But it does come with some of your sticky sheets. It comes with, of course, your alphabet, some information about the sticky sheets. It comes with a marquee cutting folder. Of course, these will cut in any machine that cut thin metal dies. And then, let me put these guys over here. I think I'm just going to pick like something to put on top of there. So, you know, I'm just thinking hello, right? That's a good one. Or hi, or, anything kind of simple like that I think would be fun. So let's see, H, what are we looking for? That's E. We need L. And we need our H. And an O, right? There we go. They're not in alphabetical order, guys. That's why I was kind of looking around. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut them from like maybe glittery paper? Yeah, sure, why not? Glitter paper. And I'll be right back. I have my letters cut out. I actually did a little background, and we'll talk more about the sizing on this because I did change up a little bit of something. So we have that. For our other card with like the daisy, I'm just going to stamp like thank you for everything. Now you do have a little message to say. It says ... and then pretty much everything goes with it. So if you want to do 2 sentiments, or this one on the front and the other part on the inside of the card, that'd be great. I'm just going to do thank you for everything, and that's just kind of standalone. This is textured paper. I thought it would go fun or go real well with that background being kind of like little groovy kind of image. So I'm going to stamp on this, and this is textured paper, I will say again, because sometimes people say, oh, that didn't stamp very well, or something like that. And I usually mention it's because I'm using textured paper, it's going to stamp in kind of a funky way. So I want that for this purpose. But if you want, you can stamp on the opposite side of textured paper, like linen papers usually have a little softer side on the back side. Just some black ink right quick, I think. Brown would be cute also, or something more funky. And I actually have that upside down, but that's okay because I'm going to cut it out anyway. Okay. Thank you for everything. It's very script handwriting looking, like really cool font on that. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll cut it down, and I'll be right back. So this one I'll show you what I'll do. I stamped it again because I noticed this was a little bit higher up than this, so it was a little bit crooked. And that doesn't mean I'm going to cut it and make it straight. It's just this part was, it's kind of a long stamp, so I just made sure when I did the second time, that it was nice and straight using my guides, you know. So with this, I just want to show you right quick how I cut something like this. So I'm eyeballing about how much paper I have up there. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch, but I'll come over here and just kind of look to see where it's going to cut here. And kind of keeping that in mind because there's a Y that dips down and all that. So let's see if I cut here. That's pretty good. And then I'll cut off as much over here as it has on the other side, or maybe you want to make it a little dovetail. You can just leave a little bit extra and then cut into it, or you have dies that can cut this for you. I know we have plenty of banner dies and things in our stash, but I'm going to cut a little bit more off this side. So I knew that side was crooked to begin with. And there we go. And then I'm just going to line this with some of this gold paper, and I know that's a perfect angle there, so I'll just glue that down. And I've shown you guys how I do this in other videos, so glue it down and then just cut it. Or you can actually take a measure of this and think about how much you want to matte layer it with, and then go ahead and cut it that way, you know, cut it down with measurements. But generally I just stick it on here, and last time I showed you guys how I would use even the sticky sheets to do that with. Just put it on there and stick it down. Okay, so there's different ways. I'm going to use a wet glue today because this is glitter paper and I just want to make sure it really stays on there. So I will be right back. And what's nice about using a wet glue with something like this is if you're a little bit off, you can still have time to like push it around, especially on glitter paper, because it takes a while to really set up on glitter paper. So there's that. Okay, so let's bring this guy over. These are still a little bit wet. I mean, you can hit it with a heat tool. If you do that, do it from a distance because you don't want to make it bubble, you know. It's, I think, I don't actually know that, but I feel like this kind of material, the ink, would probably bubble if you get too close. So I'm just going to place this on here carefully because, again, I don't think it's quite dry yet. And just kind of making sure it's making contact. I'm bowing it so that everything touches. Okay, we have a little push there. Yeah. Okay. And then with this guy, let me put some dimensionals on it. I'll be right back. Okay, dimensionals on the back of that. And I think I'm going to put them like right in here. I mean, what do you guys think? Like here, here, maybe here. Okay, and there is our card. Thank you for everything. And get a little closer, you see that white texture there. Okay, and there's that one. And then I'll bring this guy over. Another black card base. We have these guys. If you want to gut the center of this so you can use it, maybe you could even could have cut out your lettering from this because it's going to be behind here. You're not going to see it anyway. But just something to think about. Right now I'm just going to go for it. And oh, I will tell you something about the measurements. I wanted more of the gold to show, but I didn't want to cut this down any further. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. I cut it down from 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this one is 4 3/16 by 5 7/16. So just a little bit smaller than 5 1/2 and just a little bit smaller than the 4 1/4. So that way it'll have a little more showing over here. And I think we'll go here. So that way I had a little more gold showing around the edge than if I had done 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, you know. Just kind of massaging that, making sure we're making good contact. And then I have my lettering. I mean, you can definitely pop these guys up, whatever it is that you want to do with that. Or just stick them down. They're pretty thick, so I mean, if you want to put dimensionals, it'd be very easy to do. Again, or just cut them out a couple times like I do when I layer up any kind of die cut. You can run it through like white paper a few times. But for now, let me grab this guy and this. I'm just going to make sure this is kind of in an area on my grid that's pretty straight. I'm eyeballing this part as far as where I want these guys to be, but I do want it to be straight. And like I said, normally what I do is I'll start with the center letter, but let me bring it down a little bit. Okay, like I said, this stuff is still sticky, so it's like sticking to my T-square. I mean, that's the smallest amount, bringing it down. And you can look, so if we are 5.5, you know, half of that is, let's say, 2.5 plus another quarter. So it's like right on top of 2 3/4 is where this guy should be, you know? So I'm looking at 2 3/4 and kind of splitting the difference. Obviously, I'm not being too picky about it, but like right here. And then space them out from there. So whatever you think the spacing looks good, just keep doing the same thing for the rest of the letters. So like this one, you know, is about 1/8 of an inch from there. So then this guy will also be about 1/8 from this guy. Okay, oh, it is an O, so it's a little bit rounded at the bottom. I want to make sure he's pretty straight. And then this guy, like right in here. H is already sticking down to my ink a little bit. Let's roll that over just a bit. And then H is in here. And these guys are a little thicker, right? The lettering. And maybe I want to, we'll leave it there. I'll make up the difference. I know it's a little bit more that way than I would like, but I'll be right back. I'm just to make sure everything's held down and give them a chance to set up, and I'll be back. So, like I said, I might have wanted it a little more that way. It's because the L's are thin, where these guys are like 1 inch wide, and these are only like 1/2 inch. I should have accounted for that a little bit, but that's not too bad. So there you go. And then this little guy. And they are cute and quick and fun. You know, you do want to wait for them to set up before you really manipulate them. If you want to run them through a die cutting machine or something like that, I would wait at least a day before I were to do that, just to make sure that the ink is all set up underneath. You know, like right now it's still a little tacky. It's not sticking to my finger, but I can feel that. I wouldn't run it through a die cutting machine. That's all I'm trying to say. So thanks for watching, guys. I might finish them off with a few of the new little pastel stickers. So I have like the reddish orange, I have this light pink, some yellow, some light blue, this kind of orangey yellow, and then this lighter kind of pinky purple color. So maybe I'll add some to these guys if I feel like they can benefit from it. And I will see you all, or I'll have images coming up, sorry. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.